Why are they see? Just because I went live, they started calling me. Hello. Good afternoon and welcome to another glimpse of growth, everyone. Hello, beautiful people. We got a little bit of music going. So today's conversation is about your leadership experience. I have a perfume here, and this is an analogy that I want to give today with this perfume. That this perfume is not rosy. It's one of those, I can't even tell you the name of it. I can't even say the name of it, you guys, because it's one of those Arabian looking perfume, and it's not flowers, I'll tell you that. It's one of those perfumes where, why am I talking about perfume? Well, you'll get it. Keep listening. Let me turn down my music here. When you smell this perfume and you spray this perfume, this is one of those perfume that when people leave the room, the person that has this perfume on, after they leave the room, you can still smell the perfume. You can still smell it. And I say that to say that today's conversation is a lot like this perfume. Your leadership presence is a lot like this perfume. So that when you spray this perfume on, when you walk into the room, way before you even walk into the room, people can sense you. People can, your energy, your frequency, how you're showing up is going way before you, way before you even open the slides. If you have to do a presentation or something, it's going way before you and kind of letting people know who you are. So a lot like this perfume or cologne, even after you leave the room, the experience lingers. How people experience you lingers. They may forget what you say, right? Like the quote from Maya Angelou, people may forget what you say to them, how you made them, but they will not forget how you made them feel. And that's what this conversation is about. How do people feel in your presence? What are they getting when they get you? Hmm? What are they getting when they get you? Do you know what that is? And that's what this conversation kind of sits in. It's the question, what do people experience when they experience you? Not your resume, not your titles, not what you've done, not what your LinkedIn profile says. You, your tone, that's your presence. Your emotional energy, that's what's coming up. Your reactions in those meetings, on those calls, silence is deafening. It's deafening. Are you consistent? Your presence, people are sensing that. So, in case you didn't know, I'm here to just provide you some of that information, right? I'm here to give you that. Because the truth is, you can have the strategy, you can have the goals, you can have your credentials, you can have your intelligence and your degrees and your experience and your title and your plan. You can have all of that. But if your presence doesn't align with it, your strategy will not land. That book that's called Strategy Eats, no, Culture Eats Strategy for Breakfast, it's a real thing. Meaning it doesn't matter what policies you put in place in that organization, what you set forth in that, the goals that you want to do, and the projects that you have planned, all of those things, none of it matters if your culture is if your culture is, it won't matter. So that's another way to kind of look at this conversation. Your strategy that you have in your business, your strategy that you have in your home, like, it's not going to land. Because remember, I say this example all the time, and it's so crucial. It makes so much sense. You can't tell your kids you have to respect your elders. You're telling them that. But then you turn around and disrespect your mom in front of them. You're saying one thing and doing another. Your present doesn't align. And I think many leaders out there underestimate that right there. You want your employees to be all of these things, but you can't exemplify the basics, which is respect, which is authentic communication, which is meeting people where they are. Those are kind of basics, but they're not. Lena, welcome in. Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. This conversation today is how you show up is your strategy. Many leaders today, we spend so many years developing our technical skills, making sure that we have those degrees and make sure that we go into those communication courses and we make sure we go to that training, but we are neglecting our emotional presence. Because remember, like this perfume, people are experiencing you even after you leave the room. They still smell. They're still it's still lingering. Leadership today is not just operational, it's emotional, it's relational, and it is experiential. So, what are people experiencing when they experience you? Think about that. People don't only remember what you accomplish, what you said, what you built, what you gave them. They remember how they felt around you while you were doing the thing. There's a quote by Maya Angelou, and I think I said it earlier: people will forget what you said. They may even forget what you did, but they cannot. Oh, I like that guy. I like that guy. Why do they like that guy? Because that guy, that girl, that person, they make them feel a certain way. He makes me feel loved. He makes me feel like he cares about me. That boss in that department, I like going and visiting that department. Every time I come to that department, that boss has a smile on his face and like he was waiting for me to come in. I feel welcome in that department. And whew, isn't that leadership in a sentence? The quote by Maya Angelou, right? Isn't that what it is? The emotional residue. You may forget the exact conversation that the person has that you guys had. But the what you say to the person, how you made them feel, whether the interaction was, safe or tense or overpowering or dismissive or inspiring or even draining. That is emotional residue, right? Your leadership is not just heard. Your leadership is felt. People feel you. When you come into the room, look at the body language of people around you. How are they responding? How are they are because I had this leader that this boss, this manager that I work with who was incredible. They were intelligent, they were smart, they were sharp, they had so much experience, they had the technical brilliance on lock. But this person This person understood operations, and I learned so much from this person, especially from the business acumen and running a business. But every time they entered a room, the atmosphere, you could feel it. It shifted. Because I would like prep everybody, get everybody ready to before the manager came in, and I would like, how is everybody going? Here's the handout, here's the agenda. I would like prep the meeting before this person came in. And the mood was, it was like, I did not realize, and I did not realize this until it kept happening. The atmosphere changed. People became quiet. They were more guarded. They you could see their body language, before they were cackling and making jokes with each other before the meeting got started. But the minute this person stepped in the room, they were less creative. Nobody openly challenges ideas. It's rare. Nobody volunteered for whatever project that the department wanted to take initiative in. Like everybody just shut down. You could see like the light kind of left their bodies a little bit. And the leader never understood why the engagement was dropping, because technically nothing bad was happening, right? Technically. But the leader was yelling, and that was his way of communicating how passionate he was. He wasn't insulting. His voice was pretty loud. You could hear it from outside, two doors down. And he wasn't openly toxic. But emotionally, the team experienced pressure every time this leader showed up. And eventually, the room just stopped trusting each other, trusting that emotional vibe, and it just stopped. And that's when I realized something very important, that competence may earn attention, right? You get attention when somebody is like, oh man, that person knows what they're talking about, how they're presenting. But emotional pressure earns trust. People don't just hear leadership, they feel it. They feel it. Becca, gorgeous, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening. If you're listening to this recording, thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, for being here. And if anyone thinks, if you're one of those out there and you think that emotional presence doesn't affect the business performance, oh, are you wrong? Oh, are you wrong? Research says otherwise. According to Harvard research, people form impressions with about you within seconds, not minutes, not hours, not days, within seconds of meeting you and hearing you talk. Isn't that something? I find that fascinating. I find that fascinating. Think about that for a second though. Before you can even finish introducing yourself in a 30-second pitch, people are already deciding who you are. I don't know how you feel about that. I feel some type of way. I feel some type of way about that. What about you? Think about that. Harvard research shows that within seconds of people meeting you, they are already forming an opinion of you. They're not waiting for minutes, they're not waiting for hours, and they're not waiting for days. Seconds. People are forming an idea about you. So it behooves you. You're like, Dr. Dale, I don't really care. Well, if you want that promotion, if you want that job offer, if you want that business deal, if you want to level up and grow, if you want that husband or wife, if you want any of these, if you want a relationship with human beings, then I think I would say you should care. That's what I would say. Never give up. Hi, welcome in. I would say you should care before you even finish your sentence. You having a 30 minutes, I'm going to a networking event tomorrow. So before I even finish my 30-second pitch, that person already decided who I am. Think about that. Your energy, your energy, your facial expression, your body language, your tone, how you pace yourself. Are you looking at people into the eyes? Are you giving them your undivided attention, your body language, your emotional state? I always say to people, people can hear me way before they see me. Because what are people getting when they get you? If you don't leave from this conversation or listening to this recording or listening to this session with me, if you don't leave with anything else, I want you to ask yourself that question and then sit with that question and then answer that question, right? So the question I'm asking is this: what are people getting every time they get you? Well, Dr. Dale, they're getting me. Like, but who are you? Like, what are they getting? Every time you show up with that person, with those people in that group, at work, at home, what are people getting? If you don't know the answer to that question, I would like for you to sit with it. I would like for you to just give it a ponder. When you walk into the room, what are people getting? Which means this means that leadership begins communicating long before you are arriving, long before this perfume even hits the door. When it hits the door, it's like, oof, that person was, oh, she smells good. He smells good. And the perfume kind of lingers for a few more seconds, maybe even minutes. According to the American Psychological Association, workplace stress spreads between employees almost like second-hand smoking. Whew. That means that leaders don't just spread goals and mission and projects and to-do lists and expectations. You are spreading emotional climate. What emotional climate are you spreading? What do you want to spread? What do you think you're spreading is the question. What do you think you are spreading? Marley, 7 more. Welcome. Terry, Billy, and hi. Hello, hello. How are you showing up? If you as a leader of yourself first, a leader of people, a leader of your house, if you consistently show up anxious, stressed, reactive, emotionally unpredictable. Oh, people don't know. Today you are all smiles, tomorrow you are, don't talk talk to me. Oh my goodness. Are you tense all the time? Are you always dismissive? Who are you showing up as? That emotional energy spreads across your entire environment, whether you want to realize it or not. Research shows that it's so. And if you're a human being and your blood is red, the last time I checked, it is so. You don't have to accept it. Now you're aware of it. The question is, what are you going to do about it? That emotional energy is spreading. You probably experience this yourself. You walk into a room, you are talking to someone. Think about it. You walk into groups all the time and you're like, all of a sudden people stop talking, or they turn away from you, or they're leaning in. What are these things telling you? They're telling you they're paying attention or they're not. They're rolling their eyes. They don't want nothing to do with you. People don't have to say the words to let you know that they care. They can show that with their body language, how they approach you, how they say what they're saying to you. That's energy. Your energy spreads. So how you feel when someone is talking to you, or how they feel when you're talking to them, that is what is being communicating, no matter the words that are coming out of your mouth. Because you can tell somebody all day, every day, I love you so much that I'm going to beat you, that you're beating them to death every day. Like you're hitting them, slapping them, pushing them. The last time I checked, that's not love. That is something else, and it ain't. That is not love. Okay? So if you perceive it as love, that's a different story, right? It's a different story. So there's something called emotional contagion. That means that emotional intelligent leaders understand that emotions are contagious. So whatever emotion you are portraying out there, you are showing your team, that's what they're going to emulate to everybody else. It starts with you. There's a book called that. It starts with you. It starts with you. My emotional state affects the room. Once you know that, that's it. It's a game changer. According to PwC, 86% of employees and executives say that ineffective communication is one of the biggest cause of workplace failure. Ineffective communication. So I want you to notice that it didn't say lack of intelligence. It didn't say lack of skills. It didn't say lack of talent. Communication. And if in an ineffective communication is not always what you say. Sometimes, a lot of times, from my experience, it's your tone. It's how you say what you say. Is your timing. Is your emotional delivery. I told you that I love you. The difference between that and I love you. I feel that. I show that. I'm exemplifying that to you. I love you. You felt the energy in both of those? I told you that I love you. You can keep that one. Your lack of empathy. Because two leaders can say the exact same sentence, and one will create while the other will instill fear. Are you instilling fear in people, worry, burnout, stress? Or are you instilling creativity, care, love, appreciation, accountability? It's up to you. What do you want to communicate? That is your presence, which is why this conversation today is how you show up is your strategy. That is your strategy. And the sooner you wrap your head around that, the better your alignment with what you are saying, feeling, doing, and what people are getting. So, if another homework for you is ask the three people that you probably are around a lot more people, but ask three of those people that you hang around a lot. Ask them how they experience you. Every time I meet with you or every time we connect, what is one word that describes how I act? Ask them that question. Ooh, ask them that question. You should ask them that question. Every time you and I get together for lunch, what is one word you would describe me as? Ooh, ask them the question. Would you be so bold? Would you be so bold? That would be huge. That would be huge. So there you go. I gave you second homework. I gave you second homework. So when people connect with me, there are three things that I make sure that I communicate every time I interact with people. One thing's for sure, and I said it earlier, way before way before people way before people can see me, they hear me. I am laughing out loud. And probably, right time, right place, right? I am laughing out loud. Whatever conversation I'm in, I am going to make sure that I enjoy it. And how I show that is by smiling. I'm going to be showing you my teeth. You're going to see my teeth. So, whatever conversation I am in, I am smiling from ear to ear. And sometimes the conversation may be heavy. I'm going to make it light to make sure that the mood stays. I leave people on a high note, not a low note, a high note. That's one. The second thing people are getting is follow through. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to try my best to do it. I'm going to do it. And if I'm not going to do it, I'm going to say I'm not going to do it. And the third thing people are getting is real talk. Like, I can't say that I'm in a conversation and I don't agree with this person. I don't like this person. I don't want to be around this person. I disagree. And pretend like I like them and say I don't when I do, or vice versa. I'm going to have a real conversation, an honest conversation, right? And sometimes those are hard to be in, but if you do it with tact and you have the right crucial conversation techniques that you can pour in, and you can have different point of views, but you still can walk away with respecting both parties, right? You don't have to put them down, so that way you can have exemplify what you want to say. It doesn't have to be that way, one or the other. We both can win. We can both win. Everybody can win, right? So one of the greatest myths I believe in leadership today is that leaders say that or think that they need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect to be a great leader. As a matter of fact, great leaders, well, they're not perfect. You need to be emotionally consistent leader, an emotional intelligent leader. Leaders who own their mistakes, leaders who communicate effectively, leaders who regulate their emotions and not rush into reacting because somebody hurt their ego, leaders who apologize when necessary, leaders who stay grounded under pressure. That's That's what people want. Those are traits of a great leader, because perfection creates pressure. When you think about, oh, I need to be perfect, oh, I need to not get this wrong, think about the feel the pressure of thinking that you need to be perfect. Think about the pressure of that. Feel it. I feel it in my shoulder just saying it. But if you show up as honest, honest, consistency creates trust, right? It really does. And so trust, the trust is determined by collaboration, innovation, engagement, loyalty, psychological safety, emotional intelligence, empathy, self awareness. People ask me all the time, what makes emotional intelligent leadership different? And this is the answer. Emotional intelligence leadership understands that how I show up emotionally impacts my performance at work, at school, at play, everywhere. That's the difference. So you need to be at a status quo, at a reset in life as it relates to how you are showing up energetically, emotionally. And I want you to sit with that for a little bit, because that's what determines the people that actually do something with this information and those that don't. How do people feel after interacting with you? Do they feel seen? Do they feel anxious? Do they feel inspired? Or do they need to be cautious around you, more empowered? What are the people? What are people getting? Because emotional intelligence is not just what did I intend. It's it's what did people experience. I intended for them to be walk away engaged and ready to jump in on this project, but what actually happened is what? That would be your experience, their experience of you. So if you dare, ask those three people, maybe someone from work that you trust, that you know, like, and trust, maybe someone in your personal life, or someone from your family, right? Or a friend of yours, and ask those three people, how are they experiencing you? Every time I come and we interact and we go out for drinks or whatever, what is it that, what is that one thing that they're getting when they get you, right? And if you don't leave, if you don't get anything else, get that. Ask that question. That would be really amazing. As we get ready to wind down today's conversation, I wanted to leave you with, leadership isn't just about what you did, what you build, what you accomplish, what you know, what you have. Leadership is experiencing, is how people experience your presence. Because your title may open the door, but emotional intelligence determines whether people feel safe enough to stay in the room. Your degree may get you in the door, may get you to have the first conversation. I'm going to that networking event tomorrow. It may open the door for me. When I say, hi, my name is Dr. Dale, that may make them want to lean in. But how the rest of that sentence goes, or way before I even say that word, it will determine if they want to continue to interact with me or not. It will determine whether or not I stay in the room. And maybe the real question isn't, am I a smart leader? Am I a great leader? Am I a good leader? Maybe the deeper question is, what emotional atmosphere follows you into the room that you enter? Because people don't just follow direction anymore, in case you haven't noticed. Okay? They're not just following directions, they respond to how leaders make them feel. And emotional intelligence leaders understand that. How you show up is your strategy. Okay? So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you, Brownie. Thank you, each and every single one that passed through. And join my newsletter. That's my website right there, dalereports.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I give leaders 5 ways to find out if your team trusts you or not. Sign up for it. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next week for another glimpse of growth with Dr. Dale. Thank you.